Twitch chat Wardog message over. Welcome back, guys, to some more Three Kingdoms Thursday. I am so hype, and Ryan's in the chat. I didn't think you weren't gonna make it, dude. You'd not said anything in the Discord, and I was like, "Aw, we didn't get Ryan." But lo and behold, there is the Ryan, and there's Sarah. And I know David's on his way, so all the sponsored officers are going to be represented. So let's get a live screen on. We've got a live screen on, Tom. What are you doing? Let's get a load on. That sounded wrong. I don't like talking over the top of the Chinese lady just because A, it feels rude, and B, I feel like you guys aren't going to hear it all properly. Me or her. Cool, she's finished. Welcome, Spicy. Hanging out in here while filling out table flipping job applications. Keep those flipping applications going, Spicy, and hopefully we'll keep you entertained. The Ryan, the Ryanest of Ryans, indeed. I don't like talking over the narrators, quite possibly the most English thing you've ever said. I mean, just feels rude. You may have convinced Alteril to get his arse in here. If he does or not, who knows. Cool. Be cool if we can. Even if he just enjoys watching it, that'd be fine. But if we could get him sponsoring an officer, that'd be really cool, because then we'd have more sponsored officers. Fucking hell, this load time's taking a while. We'll take a look at the situation once the load has... It has, Tom. Pay attention to the screen and you'll know that. Alright, let's get that on charge. Right! So I'm going to do a little bit of a recap, mostly for the benefit of anybody new, and also to give David a couple more minutes to get back home. We are on day 2 of our Zhongjiang campaign, and of course, subs, followers, and even viewers at this point are allowed to sponsor an officer. What does that mean? Well, that means the officers that make up our faction, all of whom have traits, and they can gain more, they have skills that they can unlock when they level up, this is their level, and they can be given different equipment, followers, accessories, and so on and so forth. What happens if you sponsor one? Well, you get to roleplay them, or play them if you just want to play them. You get to choose their skills. You get to try and influence which ancillaries and stuff you get. That really depends on the roleplay with the faction leader. You get to influence their career path. So do you want to have a warrior? Do you want to be a civil officer? Do you want to be somebody who just generally doesn't do very much but hangs out in the court? That's up to you too. And of course, all sponsored officers and viewers who aren't sponsoring officers as well will be consulted on issues where I'm not sure what to do. So you do get to try and influence both the direction, the personal development of your sponsored officer, try and influence their career path, and try and influence the faction. But you are of course working against me as the faction leader, and well, against 4, and along with the other sponsored officers, of which we currently have 3. So you can't sponsor Zhongjiang, she's the faction leader, don't even go there. Lu Zhong, of course, Zhongjiang's sister, sponsored by Staring Stars or Sarah. Song Chen, the ever loyal, ever blunt Song Chen, the third officer in our only army at present, sponsored of course by Reigns Almighty, David. Then we have Yin Li kicking about in the capital, and Shun Yu, both of who are available, and we also have Chu Gong, who is of course sponsored by Cluffix, who is also known as Ryan. Rill, thank you very much for the sub, buddy. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Let me just alt-tab out and get you a Wolf Pack tag in the Discord. Alteril, promoted, Wolf Pack. There we go. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. That will hopefully go towards, making payout next. The next payout I'm probably going to spend on getting a few emotes and badges and stuff like that from some artists. So I really appreciate that, buddy. Lucia's in the chat as well. Welcome, Lucia. Going to farm the enemy. Alright. So yeah, the situation at hand is, this is the second session. We are 39 turns in, so 8 years in. We have secured for ourselves this much of China, which is the dark green bit, not that green, that's a different colour. Which, if we zoom out and look at how big China actually is, there's a shitload of China left, guys. We've really not got very far in terms of the overall conquering everything, but we have got very far in terms of securing our position. So we've conquered the commandery of Taiyuan, we've taken Shihe fishing port, we've taken Zhongshan farm, livestock farm, and we've also secured Yanmen, which is just this deserted town and this lumberyard. So presently, income's not fantastic. Treasury is meh. It's probably going to disappear as soon as we start building things. And our army is on its way back to the capital. So, we do have 2,000 gold, or copper rather, which I think we were saving until Yanmen upgrades to a small town, so we could potentially put a money earning building in there. Oh, hey, David's in as well. We can't see the income. Oh yes, I'm still on the other stream layout. Thank you for pointing that out. I did intend to be playing this one on... No, that hasn't worked. Nah. Nah. Not how we're doing this. Hold up. There. Right. That should still work. So, just to test, I'm currently putting the cursor over the middle of the capital star for Taiyuan. Is it still in the right place? It shouldn't be, David, unless it's just because I resized the window. Is it in the right place? Still good. Okay, excellent. I thought that town in the west was called Manflu. What? Manflu? It's called Shihe, you lunatic. Oh, I see. Because it sounds like a sneeze. Alright. East, even. Oh no, it's Hanfu, and that's not the town's name, it's the guy who owns it. The town is called Zhongshan. My direction is bad. I mean, you know, north, east, south, west. It's the same on every map. And you even have a button down here that means if you've, for some reason, rotated the map, maybe you couldn't see something that you're trying to see, and you rotate it. And then you think, well, I want to have my default to facing north. Click. And now we're facing north. Alright, cool. Let's proceed. I think we've actually more or less ended this turn, so we're just gonna let it roll. Zhongjiang's obviously on the move towards Taiyuan. Looks like there's a Yellow Turban rebellion cropped up in the northeast. Wang Kuang is sailing up the Yellow River. Yuan Shao and made peace with Cao Cao. Cool. The Bandit Queens. Alright, so this is kind of explaining a little bit about where Lu Zheng and Zhongjiang have come from, because they're not strictly historical figures, at least not how CA are portraying them. Stories and rumours abound of your exploits and adventures. One suggests that you and Lu Zheng are not two people, but actually one bandit queen who roams the land, making the tales of your swift, sudden strikes all the more impressive. After all, a little misdirection can only aid your mystique. So that's gained experience for Lu Zheng and Zhongjiang, and given us 5 turns of -3 enemy morale. Excellent. And of course comes from the fact that the only mention of Zhongjiang in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms is a single line about a bandit in the Tai Mountains, which is these mountains that we're in, who was feared by local officials because of how swiftly they were striking to the point where the record and the translation, it's not clear whether it's one person or two. And as I said on day one, CA decided to make Zhongjiang kind of like the big main one, but they also put Lu Zhong in as kind of like a, it might have been two people. So here's two people. Those are people that are in the recruitment pool. Chugong has leveled up, so the first display today of sponsored officers, Ryan, Chugong has leveled up. Chugong, of course, is a 34-year-old Wanderer champion class who is relentless, clumsy and honourable, and it looks like you have 4 options, Ryan. You have Guile and Wisdom, both of which are cunning-based options, and then you have Vengeance and Reach, both of which are instinct-based. Ah, Rill's a Dynasty Warriors fan. You can actually play as the Yellow Turbans, Rill, but not as the 3 Zhong brothers, because the game starts in 190, and as I'm sure you're aware if you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, the Zhong brothers were killed in 184, so they've been dead 6 years by the time the game starts. Chugong has leveled up. What does Vengeance give? Vengeance, plus 8 instinct, enables Scare, which reduces nearby enemy morale, and gives plus 10 morale in your own territory if you're the general. That's what when commanding means, is you have to be the leftmost person in an army. You can still shout horribly cheesy lines, Rill. This is still basically Dynasty Warriors Total War. Everybody's cheesy as shit. Wait till we get in a battle and they start actually ripping on each other in typically cheesy fashion. What is it one of them says? How many enemies have you killed? Not enough, I think. Often replied to with, if only battles were won with witty words. Are we going with Vengeance, Ryan? Sounds like we're going with Vengeance. Which, if I reset it, when we click the apply button, this will jump up a short way because that's your instinct. There you go. Excellent, right. Yeah, we don't care about that. We are still currently waiting for Yanmen to build, and Zhongjiang's still moving, so we'll just end that turn. If only battles were won with peppers. If only. Shun Yu has gained the Bright trait. Shun Yu, what a boy. We are starting to have some serious satisfaction problems, but Shun Yu, dutiful, understanding, bright, brilliant and distinguished. He's just amazing. Right, let's assess the satisfaction problems. Song Chen is at 19 satisfaction. Mostly because he desires a higher court position. He's a senior intendant right now. I think he's probably earned the right to be chief treasurer, so we're going to give him a promotion which will help ease his satisfaction problems. Chu Gong is at 22 and Yin Li is at 21. Yin Li's already got a maxed out lack of purpose, so that's fine. Chu Gong's more of a concern because he still could drop by another 20. What is Chu Gong? He's already a chief provisioner. Yin Li is a chief inspector. Alright, Yanmen has built its small town. We need money! I know we need money. Whoops. Okay. That's not particularly helpful. That's only 30 extra income. Okay, state workshops are not bad. That's 100 extra income. No. I feel like all we can really do is get state workshops in Yanmen, because it's the only thing that significantly increases income, so we'll get those. And again, oh, it looks like Wang Kuang's trying to colonize Shihe town. Gongsun Zan has declared war on us. Hooray! Oh, Yan Xiao has declared war on us. Hooray! Oh, they're both to the east. Han Sui wants to give us 328 copper and a trade agreement that is worth 276 a turn in exchange for a water clock. Council, what do we think? By the way, guys, if you have something to say but it's going to be particularly lengthy, i.e. it's not a simple yes or no, just put 3 dots just so I know something's coming, and then I will try not to move on from the decision until I've seen what you've said next. Everyone's saying yes. Lucia thinks we should destroy them with nukes. I think we're going to struggle technologically to achieve that. Well, they would declare war on us as we got back to Taiyuan. Could have done it when we were still up there. Be quiet. Alright. So, Wang Kuang has just colonized Shihe. But more importantly, Yuan Shao actually has taken, I think, taken Luoyang off of Dongzhuo. And Gongsun Zan is actually these white flags here. So if I go out and switch to diplomatic, we're at war with the red ones. Now this front's not actually that big of a problem because the Han are very placid. They don't tend to attack, and whilst they have a settlement in the way, we really don't need to worry too much about Dongzhuo. Yuan Shao's also got neutral states between us and him, but this eastern front is definitely a concern. So, we are going to have to switch into a march stance to make ground quickly. And again, there's not too much that we can do. So we'll just end the turn. Currently, we have Shun Yu and Yin Li. Dongzhuo will sign peace with us if we give him Defender's Leather, which would also make peace with the Han because he's their master. I will hear the council's thoughts on this. He's not demanding money, he's not demanding we become a vassal, all he wants is a piece of armour. It does limit our expansion options because it means we can't attack the Han at any point unless we declare war on him again. But it would temporarily secure the west and southwest. We don't deal with the Han or their master. Very true, sister. What else have we got going on in the chat here? Shun Yu is a strategist and Yin Li is indeed a sentinel, Ryan, yes. Plausible to accept to focus on someone else, but I agree with Lu Zhong. Suck a fat one, Dongzhuo. David, of course, embracing Song Qian's direct traits. Suck a fat one, Dongzhuo. Alright, this is going to be rough. A friendship is forming. Can friendship bloom on the battlefield? It would appear so, as two comrades find comfort in one another, laughing, training and dining together. Their bond is emblematic of the strength that will reunify China. Relationship deepens between Song Qian and Lu Zhong, who have now become friends. Yin Li has gained the creative crate? He's gained a creative crate. I don't know what's in that. I guess it's creative. He's gained the creative trait. I'll show you Shun Yu and Yin Li if you want. Shun Yu is I think they're actually No. Yin Li's the oldest person in the faction at 38 years old. He is a legendary character, which basically means he's not harder to kill, but like if a non-legendary character is quote unquote, like if they're felled in battle, chances are they're dead. In fact, they're basically either dead or captured. Whereas a legendary character, if they're felled in battle, they could be just wounded, so it gives them a little bit more chance to live, basically. Yin Li is a 38-year-old saboteur background sentinel. He's a level 1. He's vengeful, feared, artful, and creative, and is currently a chief inspector. Shun Yu is a 35-year-old hegemon's aide. This is a unique background because of who Shun Yu is. He was quite crucial in early chapters of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. He is a level 2, he's 35. His rank is Orator, which is the lowest rank possible. He has a fondness for our faction because we spared him when we captured him from the Han. And he is dutiful, understanding, bright, brilliant, and distinguished. So I'll read the yellow text. Dutiful, they go about their deeds piously, having bound themselves to their obligations. To help others without being sanctimonious and dismissing what may seem trivial demonstrates true empathy. This person can find a use for things that others would discard without thinking, so nothing is wasted. A perennial high achiever, excelling above others in most of their endeavours. This one carries themselves with an air of eminence and is often the most notable person in the room. And I'll go back and do Yin Li's. So vengeful is whenever wronged, this one emphatically repays their perceived injustices in kind, no matter how small. A sword will cut one man down, but dread is like a fire that grows and spreads the more it consumes. This one sees a remarkable acumen in finding means for their ends. When a problem confounds other more practically minded people, this one applies imagination and innovation to find the right answer. Still want to go with Yin Li, Real? Because I just read that one. Creative crate contains treats. I'll leave that choice for Rill to make or think over. You don't have to pick one now, and you can switch them at any time as well, Rill. If we recruit another officer and you think, fuck it, I want to sponsor that one, just let me know. You'll no longer be choosing stuff for Yin Li. That immediately stops, but you also immediately start doing it for the new one that you picked. Right, those state workshops are in. We're now earning 400 a turn, which is nice. I don't really fancy force marching to Zhongshan, so we'll just march down here. We can't afford to spend money on stuff. Very well. Alta Rail is going to be taking Yin Li. Rail, by the way, you have a current rivalry with Song Qian, which is David's sponsored officer. You guys were rivals in your youth, and some things are not easily forgotten. Despite the fact that you apparently would harmonise, so that may end up changing. But currently you are rivals. We've gained an Overseer Ancillary. I think that's all we can do. Interesting. Gongsun Zan is immediately offering peace as long as we give him Zhongshan Livestock Farm, which is this one here, and Yanmen Lumberyard, which is this one here, and he will give us 401 copper in recompense. That's very interesting. Nay get fucked from Chugong, fuck 'em from Songchen. Oh, okay. I think that's what we're getting. I've not seen any dots. Rill's saying nope as well. Also no from Sarah, they can pry the land from my cold dead hands. Okay, I think we're going to politely decline Gongsun-zan. Is David wanting to see the monies? David, the money is up here in the top left. Yuan Shao just declared war on Wang Kuang, which might keep him occupied down there for a while. This first number is how much we've got. The number in brackets is how much we make a turn. This underneath it is our food, and I largely just ignore the resources bit. We've gained a Jade Rooster. Excellent. Jinswan. Yeah, there's a bunch of people to recruit, but we really can't afford. Alright. Do we know who lives to the south of Anping? Yeah, Yuan Shao does. Okay. I'm gonna push this way and try and campaign for Anping farmland, because I know Gongsun-zan probably stretches all the way up there, but he's not likely to have much to the east here. So we'll try and like roll him up that way. Yanmen can afford to upgrade its lumber yard, which would give us 30 extra income, but it's also right on the front line. Yes, Ril, Wang Kuang has a territory slightly to our west, but most of his territory is down here along the Yellow River that we can't see yet. But you could well be right, Yuan Shao might travel up the river and take... Ah, hello, I found Gongsun-zan's army, and Zhao Yun's in it as well. Oh shit. And we're in movement range. Alright, well we need to assess the shit out of this. We're 1 unit off of a full army. We have 7 archer units. We have all but 2 melee infantry units with shields. No cav. They have some missile cav, 2 shot cav. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missile units. G militia times 4 with no shields. G infantry times 1 with no shield. 3 melee infantry with shields. I think the more scary part is that Gongsun-zan and Zhao Yun are in the army, because they're not going to be easy to beat at all. Gongsun-zan, we can actually see. Shit me, he does 4.2k armor piercing damage plus 1.3 base. He's got 65% armor, 42,000 hit points. Shit. Where are we at? Zhongzhang does 3.7k AP, 1.7 base, 58,000 HP, 55% armor. Gongsun-zan would be a pain to duel, and Zhao Yun we can't see, but I know he's strong because he's Zhao Yun. Her is dragging down our monies. Yeah, by 20. But that's okay, because it's making food. This is not a fight we should get into. Maybe force march out of range. That's what I was thinking too, Ryan. If we stay and lure them out, we can retreat when and if they attack, and then try get them outside their walls our next turn. Interesting. So Chu Gong is advocating for a forced march retreat because Gongsun-zan's movement range extends to here, where the contrast is. If we forced march, we'd get a bit more movement and we could move easily back out of range, but then he's not likely to come after us. If we stay where we're at, which is what Lu Zheng is proposing through Sarah, then they might come out to try and fight us. And we can still retreat when they do, which would put us out of range of them. Oh god, that would be so messy. We've got 7 melee infantry, 3 spears. They've got 3 melee infantry, 5 spears, 2 shot cav, and a shitload of archers. Song Chen is not particularly strong. Lu Jung can't duel or anything like that anyway. What do we reckon? Song Chen is saying stay and bring them to us as well. Yin Li thinks that we should stand. Hey Doomsday, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Perhaps consider recruiting our last unit. Might be worth doing. What the fuck? Heavy spear guard. They're expensive as hell though. Eventually we need to get rid of that archer militia in Zhong Jiang's retinue because she doesn't really need it, but now's not the time. Another unit of hidden axes might not be a bad idea as much as they do cost a lot of money because they have scare, which will affect the morale of the enemy, and we would have 2 units of them then. Yeah, looks like Sarah's thinking the same as me. Yeah, I think we're going to grab another hidden axe unit. And I think what we'll do is what do we know about Gongsun Zan? Not a lot. We know that he's supposedly stronger than we are. We are around about Han Sui's rank and he is 12th. Gongsun Zan is 6th. So he's like significantly stronger than us. May I suggest we trade some of the food we don't currently need for some money which we desperately need? Yeah, we could try that. We do, exactly, Rill. And the other thing is, Ryan, we don't know if he's got a second army or not. Given that he's quite significantly stronger than we are, it's possible. Let's see if we can find someone that needs food. Who do we want to try and trade food with? Well, give them food for money. Let's organise by who likes us the most. We currently already have a trade agreement with Han Sui, who lives over here, which I'm guessing we're doing along the Yellow River. We could see he's rich in money and very poor in food, so he'd probably be up for it.
有什么要说的？
Hey Hansway. How much would you like a bunch of food? Quite a lot. Very well. Would you be willing to part with 1,000 copper? No. You might part with the 600 though. Or not. What's your income? 700. Okay, does not want to do that. Okay. Nope. So he'd be quite happy to trade 6 food every turn for 10 turns for 160 copper every turn for 10 turns. I can spare 6 grains of rice. We make 10 food per turn, and we really don't need 10 food per turn right now. $160 per turn is not a massive amount, but given that the food is superfluous to us anyway, we should check everyone else's offers. I think you're going to struggle to get offers off of most of them anyway, but we can have a look. Han Fu is very rich in food, so you're not going to get a good offer off him anyway. Oh, gone. Whoa, no, we don't want to do that. Offer food trade. Damn it. Okay, it's worth a little bit more to him. Request regular payments. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen at all. Nah, you would struggle to get as much off of him. Although, fuck me, he's got a lot of standing cash. Which he apparently values quite highly. Okay. Ma Tung, poor in food.
你要怎样？
Holy crap, he makes 1,800 a turn. Values it fairly highly though. Quite significantly. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna beat. Nope. Wouldn't beat Han Sui. Wang Kuang.
但愿此次你我能推心置腹。
They all seem to value their money quite a lot. I think you're going to struggle to get a better offer than Han Sui's, to be honest. I think it's Han Sui or nothing, guys.
我们再听。
probably get a smidge of... Wait a minute, what? Okay, there we go. No. Hans Way it is. Don't you just love being in the poor, depopulated mountains in the north of China? Yeah, they're a riot. I love them. Alright, that's given us a little boost to income. I personally think if we back off a little bit and let our new hidden access unit replenish itself, you know, maybe even loop that way and go and attack Zhongshan. We don't have to take it, we could just raid it and get a load of cash. And like, I think Sarah's right in that we need to fight Gongsun Zan, because the longer we wait, the more chance that either Yuan Shao or a second Gongsun Zan army is going to turn up. But I don't think if we stand here right now that we're going to win this fight. So I think it's a combination of the two. We withdraw for now and start raiding. Trying to reach the Yellow Sea. No, we're trying not to die actually. Right, let's withdraw, I think. That's the consensus I feel like I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of raiding. We also need to pick a reform, because it's springtime. The only little ring time. We don't really pay any building upkeep yet, so that's fine. I think we would struggle to find trade partners. What's this? Less corruption. Don't think that's a problem right now. To be honest, most of this is fairly weak. I actually wonder if the extra trade agreement might be a good idea. Because most of this stuff isn't going to affect, like, it isn't going to help us in the short term. Any thoughts? Yep, I'll be sure to get right on pressing the nuke every city button, Lucia. Campaign win next turn, guys. Trade agreement, probably a good call. Do we have much commerce? No. I don't actually think we have any commerce right now, Ryan. I think we get everything from peasantry and industry. Trade agreement. Okie doke. Foreign envoys. Though they come from afar, unknowing of our ways, the foreigner may yet prove to be steadfast. And then we're immediately going to go see if anybody wants that. Zhang Yang does. And it's worth 290 copper a turn. Ah. We could possibly get a small stipend off of him. Yeah, we get like... I doubt we can get even 100. Oh, we can make him pay us 100 copper up front for a trade agreement. And he still thinks it's a good deal. So, yep, we'll do that. That's a bit more income. So we're making 681 per turn now. The question is, will we survive enough turns to make use of it? Who knows? Oh wait, that's not going to work, is it? There we go. Right. Wait for the button to stop spinning. Okay, he didn't come straight at us. What are we doing here, Spicy? We are at war to our east and doing our best to try and fight it smartly.
发动农民，保持原样，前进。
Oh, hello. He does have a second army in Zhongshan under Gongsun Shu. Who the fuck's that? Yue Jin. How the hell did he get him? Okay. So there's literally 2 full armies. I mean, this one still looks like it's replenishing and its officers are a little bit wounded, but he's got 2 full armies on the field. What's Zhongshan's garrison like? 4 units, 2 spears with no shields, 2 archers. 3 cav, 6 missile, a lot of unshielded G militia, a few shielded infantry units. We don't know anything about the 2 sentinels' combat stats. And even if we wanted to attack them, we wouldn't be able to reach them.
要如炎夏一般，绝不心慈手软。
No worries, Spicy. No, we cannot deal with 2 armies if they link up. Need to hit Zhongshan, basically have no choice. Exactly, Doomsday. Looking at them, can we see how long it's going to take? 4 turns, 7 turns, 6 turns. So I think the best plan for us is to go into ambush where we're at. Or maybe inch forward a smidge more. Go into ambush on our side of the border so these guys get a bit more replenishment. And then next turn, assuming Gongsun Zan doesn't come up here, attack Zhongshan. And it's going to be a really hard fight, but the sooner we jump on them and take advantage of the fact that they're not full is... I think that's the only chance we've got. And then there's going to be a really, really rough, like, scrap against Gongsun Zan, basically. What? I think Chugong is all for advancing. Lu Zheng is for advancing. Song Chen, Yin Li. Doomsday's for advancing as well. Even people who haven't yet sponsored an officer will be listened to, but obviously weighed slightly less than the people that have sponsored an officer, because they have a character on the scene. Song Chen is with Lu Zheng. Right, okay, well we're going to edge forward and ambush then. That should be... Yep. So we're going to ambush. Doesn't look like Gongsun Zan's moved because he's one of the first to take his turn. Be quiet. Don't care. As a mule! Oh no! Your general steps outside to go hunting as a violent monsoon howls and batters the walls. The hunting trip was only mentioned in jest because of the storm, but your obstinate general sees it as a challenge and cannot be dissuaded. Zhongjiang has now been wounded, which means, first of all, she needs a turn to convalesce. Are you fucking serious? Alright. Well, let's turn this ambush into an encamp, because we're not going anywhere this season. Zhongjiang apparently was so wounded that she's lost an eye. What are you doing, you absolute lunatic? That's lowered her melee evasion by 10 and her cunning by 2. Not that cunning was particularly important anyway. I think that's probably what happened, Ryan, yeah. Your stubbornness always gets us in trouble, sister. Well, I mean, you know, shit happens. Alright. We could unlock a second build slot there, but Taiyuan's only a town anyway. I think we should probably save up 2,000 copper and upgrade Taiyuan. Rather than upgrading Yanmen right now. We're not fully broke, but we are missing a few. Oh shit! Oh, this is not good at all. We've gained a foreman ancillary. Right, Zhongjiang is ready for duty, so she can assume command again. We do have the ability to night attack thanks to Lu Zhong. Which means that we could actually night attack Guandu's single retinue and catch him off guard. And to be honest, that feels like the best decision, to night attack Guandu and then attack Zhongshan. Sacrifice Zhongshan and run. Won't he just run away? Maybe. I mean, it's not necessarily that we're ready, Ryan. It's more that, like, we have nowhere to withdraw to. I'm personally of the opinion... Let me just check Zhongjiang's stats. She's clever, determined, stubborn, greedy. Okay. I think Zhongjiang's position is, if we withdraw, all that's going to happen is Gongsun Zan's armies are going to push in. They're going to take Taiyuan Iron Mine, they're going to take Zhongshan Livestock Farm, they're going to take Yanmen Lumberyard. They might come around the northern pass and take Yanmen. Before you know it, we've got no settlements, no income. We can't even afford the army we've got. And we'd have 2+ armies bearing down on us in narrow mountain passes where we've got nowhere to maneuver. Yeah, it's a successful ambush you can't run from. You can run from night attacks? That's precisely where I think Zhongjiang is at, Ryan. That we either attack them now, or we basically roll over. But I'm willing to listen to the rest of the council. Lu Zhong and Song Chen especially, since they're actually in the army. Rolling over is not an option, Lu Zhong says. Let's hit them hard and see what happens. Charge and we will find out. Not backing down, they declared this war, let's give it to them. Alright, that seems to me like that's decided. Shaoxi Shoshi. Can we attack him? Yes. Night battle. Right, it's predicted low casualties. We don't particularly have cavalry. So, like, flanking round his archers wouldn't do too much on the map. What's he like? His damage is pretty garbage. We have guerrilla deployment though. We do. Should we fight this? Try and maximize? Let's take a look at him again. 708, 191. How much armor does he have? 50%. Okay. Now, I don't think it's a massive risk in this battle, because there's no way that Zheng Jiang's going to lose a duel to him and there's not enough enemy units to overwhelm her. But Zheng Jiang is still wounded for the next 2 turns, which means if she's felled in battle, she could be dead. Don't fall in battle then. Gee, why didn't I think of that? Poor Guandu is outnumbered like fucking 10 to 1. Also, Guandu was the name of the massive battle between Cao Cao and Yuan Shao. Alright, we have guerrilla deployment. I think we're better off deploying the hidden axes to the flanks. We'll deploy Zheng Jiang's remaining retinue in front of them. Song Chen's going to be towards the back with his melee infantry. With Lu Zheng's archers behind. Cool, right. You guys, nope, all of you. You are a group. You guys are a group. Do it. Fuck me, that didn't take long. Right, first of all, group 1 up this way. Yeah. She will wipe the floor with him. I'm just very worried that he's going to shave HP off of her. That's the main thing. Screw it.
看我取你首级！
将领必须竭尽所能赢得单挑，
Oh,
因为
actually,
单挑的胜负往往
Right.
会成为战斗胜
you
败的关
guys
键
need。to start moving.
做好准备，我要挖出你的心。
可怜之语。
Okay, hang on. Right, good. One of their units is already retreating. Let's bring the hidden axes into their archers.
出自可怜之口。
Well, Guandu's dead.
贼众溃不成军，准备好了。
Did he even hit her? Doesn't look like she lost any HP. Oh, that's that battle done.
挺住，注意！
Song Chen and Lu Zhong didn't even get the main bulk of the army to the fight. They're just like, yeah, whatevs. The vanguard will do all the work. I'm fairly sure that they'll all be dead anyway, but I'm gonna let them chase them and get a few more kills.
勇士在此，时机已至，射击敌军，准备就绪。赶快行动！行进，动作快点儿，加快速度。
The hidden axes do actually have bows as well, so I'm just going to let them shoot the guys that are trying to run away. Oh dear. You wouldn't stop carrying the fucking lantern. Are you not just making yourself a target? Oh dear. Well, he's doing alright so far. I think they're out of range now as well. Yeah. Survived. Well done. Excellent. Casually striding up, chatting shit. Exactly. It's the lantern of friendship. Okay, yeah, most of them were absolutely annihilated. Good, we gained some infamy. I think we might as well ransom them, because we really don't need... Like, literally only 3 units took any casualties, and not very many. Chugong saying replenish and march on. Any other thoughts? I'm not seeing any other thoughts. Still a large fight ahead. It's a fair point. I don't think it's necessarily significant, but we'll do it. That seems to be the opinion of the council. He's not outside of the reinforcement range. Well, that sucks. Oh, we can do it night battle anyway, which should stop him coming. Really? Those 97 archers make that much of a difference in auto-resolve? Map view. It is a town. What do we know about these guys? Gongsun Shu is Gongsun Zan's factionaire. He doesn't do a lot of damage, so he's not a massive threat. He's only got 26,000 health, 30% armor. Probably get beaten in a fight by Song Chen, to be honest. Yue Jin, attacks like a madman. Jesus Christ, he attacks 50 times a minute. He doesn't do a lot of damage with each hit, but Christ. How much HP's he got? 29,000. We don't have time to encircle and starve them out, because Gongsun Zan had just marched north and relieved them, and we'd have 2 armies. Tempted to want to take the delegate. Alright, well, you guys have a little chat amongst yourselves. I don't think we've got the liberty of starving people out, because I think Gongsun Zan will just come north in one move, and then we'll have him as a problem. We have also still got Guandu's little force there that could help them in an attack. They're only not involved here because it's a night battle. Would a single turn cause attrition? No, it wouldn't. The gravestone in the middle is turns until supplies deplete, and that's when they start to take attrition. So they've still got one. They'd have 1 turn without taking attrition. Beat them before the reinforcements arrive. Don't have a choice really. Need to assault or else the other army might show up. Lucia's saying fight it as well. I think that I think the fighting it is really the only option. If we delegate it, we're going to get a Pyrrhic victory, which is going to cost us a lot of casualties. Now we could probably still run away from Gongsun Zan, because I doubt he can make an attack in 1 turn. But it's risky. And if we fight it, obviously there's the risk that it will go wrong. We do have 6 units that have got fire arrows, so we should be able to take down their towers. But then that also depends on shit like the weather. If it's raining, we're going to find it very hard. So I don't know. Do we delegate and take the guaranteed win but the heavy losses? Or do we fight and potentially lose the fight? I mean, we may also potentially do better than a Pyrrhic victory if we fight it, but it's not hugely likely. Our forces versus theirs. I mean, I reckon Song Chen would beat Gongsun Shu in a duel if it came to it, due to the fact that Gongsun Shu's got less health than he should have. He's also got terrible armor. Zhong Jiang should be able to beat Yu Jin in a duel if they, but then again that depends on whether they both accept them. Their strategist isn't really a problem. They've got a lot of G militia that don't have shields, and we've got a lot of archers, so on balance, if we don't spend too much ammo using fire arrows on the towers, we could take their numbers down significantly. They've got 3 units of cav, but that won't help them too much if they've got a city, because they're going to be getting filtered. And their melee infantry is like 3 units. We've got 8 units, including 2 hidden axes, which are both at full strength. And generally our levels of experience on our individual units are better than theirs. How confident am I at winning this battle? I'm fairly confident that I could give us another, like I could also achieve a Pyrrhic victory. I'm not super confident that I would get any better than a Pyrrhic victory, and I am also aware of the fact that I could still lose the battle. It depends on like circumstances, like if it's raining and we can't get the fire arrows to burn the towers down, or whatever else, whether they accept duels or whether they refuse and they just run around causing hell. They might be stupid at the start and rush their cav out, or if they don't, they'll be bogged in and lose the advantage of mobility. Yep, that's true. It's raining on the campaign map, but I don't know if that affects things at all. There's no risk of losing if we delegate. The delegate would give us a Pyrrhic victory with the night battle, and it won't do anything. It will give us that win because that's what it says we'll get. Sorry, it won't give us something else, it will give us that win. I think I just said it won't give us that win, but that's not what I meant. Rill's still saying fight. Ryan's saying fight. David's saying fight. I think at this point it's a fight. Alright, here we go. And Lucia, I did see that you asked earlier if there was anyone you could sponsor. There's still one unsponsored officer that we have in our faction at present, which is Shun Yu. And I will show you him when the battle is finished, and you can decide if you want to sponsor him or wait until we recruit somebody else that tickles your fancy more. This is gonna fucking hurt. Lucia and Sarah both saying delegate, but I think at that point it was already 3 against 2.
足下所言，如醍醐灌顶，如此便当上阵，如何？
We did also say that we were going to do more fights than delegates.
我们必须智取敌军。
是时候将他们
We'll
碎尸
see
万
how
段
it
了。
goes.
跟我冲！
It is not raining. Excellent. Okay, where's going to be the best angle to attack from? Not that one, for fucking sure. Then we've got barricade there. We can get through there. Barricade there. Oh, there's a barricade there. Wow, how many barricades have they got? They shouldn't have this many barricades, surely to God. Wow, this sucks. Oh man, I feel like they're cheating with the amount of barricades that they've got, to be completely fair. This looks like the best way in. Alright. I think we're just going to deploy on the edge of here, because formation's really not going to matter that much, and we're out of range of their towers. So we can just send forward whatever we need. Oh good. Goody gumdrops! They're all in there. Right. 2 units with fire arrows. Out you go.
抓紧，鼓起勇气，前进！
Holy shit. Okay. I probably should have actually made some semblance of formation just in case we pull them out towards us. But I'll do that now. It's fine, we've got plenty of time.
准备就绪，
Nope, nope, no, 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 them.
挺住！ 向前进军，推进，赶快行动！弓箭手听命，射手在此。推进，步兵就绪，前进。
Okay. They do have bows too, Ryan. That's a fair point. I'll act. I don't need to act. I'm not going to activate them just yet. I'll activate them if we pull the enemy forward. Right, you shoot that tower. You shoot that tower. Towers have, of course, begun firing. Did they catch already? Yes, they did. Ceasefire.
你若身死，天下定会为之欢欣。
珍惜你剩下的每一次呼吸吧。
Damn, that looked badass. Yeah, fire arrows are fucking cool. It will spread through all the houses and stuff too, at least in this section and this section. Are they... Yeah, they're destroyed. Okay, in that case. Out you go. Some nice, some nice vulnerable G militia. Are we doing any shooting, guys? Yes, no? Maybe? I swear to God, if you want me to inch you forward so you can get more than... Jesus. Go on then. You know what? At this point, we can probably move everybody forward a bit. So, are we shooting anytime today? This season? No? What's wrong with you? Fine. We'll do it manually then. Really? That was like, you stepped forward once! Idiots. Their officers are all retreating. They obviously don't like getting peppered. Neither did the G militia. Okay. shit. I don't know which one of these is Zhong Zhang's
箭在弦上。
archer unit. That one. Up you
现
come,
在
lads.
行动，正在编队，射手在此，挺住，
停！
That'll do.
听我指挥。
Yeah. There's 240 men in an infantry unit, so 2 units is 480.
战斗会让你厌烦吗？
愿汝之刀锋利于汝之唇舌
Yue
吧。
Jin would duel Zhong Zhang.
众军前进，弓箭手听命，行进，快！射手准备，
Oh, we got movement.
注意，
射手听命，
Okay, hold up. G militia, up to the front.
快速前进，弓箭，
准备好了，万箭齐发，上
Kill.
马！
注意，
We could pull Yue Jin into a fight. ，Do it.
我取你首级，
做好准备，众军前进。
向前进军，
你的野心何时是个尽头？
怎么会这样？
You might want to turn around.
感受大地的愤怒吧！
Hashtag just saying. Oh, he's about to go. Ouch. Oh, hello. Did you guys think you were going to rush forward and save him? It's working out well for you, innit?
准备好了，向前进军。
Oh dear. Okay.
弓箭手注意！大步向前！
These guys don't have fire arrows, so we're not wasting anything by pelting enemy troops. Song Chen, Lu Zhong, and Chung Zhong, all of them watching this very slowly calculated battle.
失时已尽，无法继续射击了。
Okay,
弓箭手
those
准备
archers are out of ammo. And the enemy are starting to move forward.
骑兵听令，弓箭手注意，给我射！弓箭准备，现在行动，时机已至，
One volley will do.
箭出鞘，准备就绪，回进。
Ah, shielded troops.
射手准备，
Save your ammo.
弓箭手听命，
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping it's going to grab that tower, which would be funny. It is doing fire damage to it, so I think it's actually going to set that on fire. It'd be cool if it could get that one too. But I don't know if it will. It might do though. 91%. As soon as it hits 100% fire damage, the building's up. Takes time for it to burn through, but it's done. Is that on fire? Yep. Good. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Okay, they have got cavalry there.
准备就绪，
Let's move the spear guard down.
准备开战，
Whoops. You're on the left.
赶快行动，
You're on the right.
向前进军，
At this point, we may as well just abandon the formation because it really doesn't mean anything anymore. Right. Excellent. Let's burn that tower through too. Hmm.
射手听命，
Call me crazy, but I feel like
行进，
there might be wind. Because this fire on this side pretty much died out. Now, I don't think that the fire's like... It's not smart enough programming to jump across the street, for example. But the fire on the left-hand side has burned through all of that, whereas the fire on the right-hand side's pretty much just burned through this corner. So I'm wondering if the wind is going that way. Right, you and you, down to there, you and you, down to there, you and you, down to there.
众军前进，
Read my chat. Cavalry. What, in there? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm moving the spears forward. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. Right. Burn that. See what happens. Thank you. Any attack now is going to put us in range of the enemy archers. Cool. I think at the start of the game it was showing me possible barricade positions, not their actual ones, because as it said on this campaign screen, they've only actually got 2. Got to be very patient. Come on, chaps, you've got to be in range, for fuck's sake, it's right there. Thank you. 100% fire damage, that's definitely going up.
准备武器，推进，
Right, move back. The reason I'm not using my archers to shoot at the cavalry and infantry and stuff, or even the archers, by the way, is because we need the cavalry to get rid of these towers, and I don't know how far into this city we're going to have to go. The towers can literally turn a battle. We could whoop the shit out of all of these, and if one unit hides behind the towers and we've got no fire left, then we're going to die.
箭在弦上，前进！
We need the cav to get rid of the towers. No, we need the archers to get rid of the towers. Holy shit, that fire's getting mental. You know what? I'll bet you can. Give him another couple volleys. Now they're starting to suffer morale damage and we haven't even touched them. It's because of the fire and the losses that they're taking. Right, let's get it done. One volley. That's not a volley. Thank you. Volley left. That's only 82%. You need to do better. Thank you. Oh, we're going to lose this unit doing this. Because of all their archers.
我军士兵丢盔弃甲，
Fair.
真懦夫也！
顽强不屈。在。
Hmm.
向前进军。现在行动。
That's why I'm not particularly keen to just charge where their archers can get at us.
弓箭准备。毛兵听命。列阵，举起长矛。列阵。长矛兵。 大步向前，行进。
See if this absorbs some damage. Barely ever used formations in this game. Yeah, you guys have managed to stop just outside of archer range. Surprise! Ha
时时已尽，无法继续射击了。
Okay, they're already out of ammo. These guys really don't have a lot.
只管放箭。
Let's put it on them again. That testudo formation is soaking up the arrows. I mean, yes, we've taken some losses, but really not a lot. They're out of ammo. They're about to be... Are they shooting at us? Maybe just not quite as fast as the others. Oh, good. They're wavering. Let's go give them a cuddle.
时时已尽，拔剑杀敌！
Cuddle time! These guys are like, but I don't want to cuddle. Cuddle! That didn't take long at all. Oh, that was the charge horn, not the retreat horn.
哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃。
Cowabunga! How's that on fire? Oh, it came from that tower. Okay. Okay, all the archers are out of ammo.
剑士听命，反方打
Off you
乱。
go. getting shot from somewhere? Yes, you are. You're getting shot by those guys. That explains why you're getting so badly damaged. Damn it. Probably lost them now. Oh dear. Character doesn't want to duel. Go dig him out. He's gonna go at some point. Squeaks, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Why does everybody keep screaming cav at me? They're inside. I know they're there. There's not a lot I can do about them right now. Good, Gongsun Shu's retreating and he's going the wrong way. No, I'll just put them in turtle. Go get him. Don't you chase him, you're only going to get shot. Get him then! Well, if nothing else, the Hidden Axes have drawn a hell of a lot of their army over to the wrong side of the city. Hi, Gongsun Shu. Oh, the strategist's gone berserk. Maybe not. There's a lot of enemy archers there. Right, you guys. Take a walk down there and get shot at, please. Alright. Zhongzhang's had enough. It's time to get in. If there is anything that David or Sarah want Lu Jung or Kong Chen to do in particular, please let me know, because they are your characters. They will do what you want them to do. Good, that's those towers fucked. Squeaks, thank you so much for the 100 bits. They will go straight into the replenishment fund after this battle is completed. Oh good, mosh pit. John's looking like she's probably a little bit too far in.
赶紧走，赶快行动！敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
Oh, that's really good. We've got a lot of morale problems for the enemy here.
毛兵，来我身边，前进！顽强不屈，诛灭敌军！
剑士准备，诛灭敌军。
长毛兵，不要留情！
What are you shooting at? Good. The guys that we want you to shoot at. Okay.
勇士在此，
Let's draw the spear guard back to there.
骑兵听令，
Draw the G militia back to the door.
赶快，赶快，赶快！
弩兵听命，前进杀！
Push those guys forward. Pull the saber militia
敌
out.
军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
Come on!
注意，
Push them!
杀光敌军！弓箭手听命！
You know what? You guys can move forward a bit and start shooting their troops.
准备就绪，
Archers out.
前进！ 毛兵听令，准备好了，向前开进！射手就绪，
No.
举
Spear
起
guard.
长矛，
Cavalry.
杀！
Axe band. Pull back.
进军！
顽强不屈， 骑兵
G
听令，
militia. Cavalry. Oh, there's lots of spearmen coming.
在。
Let's have Jung Jong
敌
dismount
军
her
士
horse.
兵正在溃逃，长矛在手，
准备，不要留情！
Cool. Spear guard back.
快走，
G
快走，
militia back.
向前开进，动作快点儿，
Axe bands forward.
顽强不屈，尽情厮杀！
做好准备，尽情
Jung Jung
厮杀
forward. Why you no check chat when asking chat question? Because battle? Kung Chen wants in the battle? Push me in more. I have 2 gen for a reason. Okie doke, mate.
做好准备，赶快！
Kong Chen is going in.
鼓起勇气，
哼，敌军士兵正在溃逃，弓箭准备，
You know what?
瞄准目标，
You guys can push forward and shoot at anybody that's at the back.
挺住！鼓起
Kong
勇气，
Chen's going to dismount because there's a lot of enemy spears in there,
片甲
and
不
they'll do
留。
extra damage if he's on his horse.
准备开战，
Although it looks like the most... Wow, they're about to start
进攻！
panicking, proper panicking.
准备拔剑，横置
Let's
敌
go.
军！ 挺住！
Kong Chen's in there, buff everybody's melee
无言可
evasion.
逆！
感受大地的愤怒吧！
Kinda hard to tell what's happening.
敌军士兵正在溃逃，
Just do it! Do it! Do it!
勇士，杀呀！
射手听命，推进。鼓起勇气，
Oh, you're still shooting at people. Okay.
挺住，
听命！
矢石已尽，拔剑杀敌。
Oh, good. The fresh Saber militia units have arrived. Oh, there's cavalry there.
毛兵注意，杀！骑兵注意，攻击敌军。
Let's go. The snowball's starting to budge. Fucking Song Chen. Look at him go. He just decapitated a dude. Wow,
敌
well,
军四散而逃。
this is going swimmingly for them.
无胆鼠辈。射手在此，
长剑准备，杀！
天降不
Chase
良。
everything. Oh, they've still got a tower there. Not sure I'm a big fan of that.
时机已至，射翻敌军。 鼓起勇气，杀呀！
步兵准备，
Don't get left behind, lads. You'll miss out on the fun.
注意，为了大业，
进攻！
弓箭手听命，拉满弦，向前进军。
Lu Jung would like to move in with the rest of her
准
archers.
备好
Okay,
了，
we'll have her just kind of take command of this entrance now that we've won the day.
兵在此，哇！顽强不屈，
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。进攻！
Keep killing things.
请下命令，
Keep killing things.
准备就绪，加速前进，胜利近在咫尺。
Oh my god, Zhong Zhang, what are you doing?
感受大地的愤怒吧！
That's not
时机
good.
已至，快跑！
剑兵就位，进攻！
Buried herself in the enemy unit. Where are those archers that I called up?
弓箭准备，
Excuse the fuck me, lads, but I'm pretty sure I gave you a job to do, and it wasn't stand there like a bunch of morons. If it had been that, you'd be doing really well. But it wasn't.
弓箭，
队好准备，准备就绪，
骑兵准备，
Go, go.
注意！
Everybody kill something. If it's wearing white, get it. Oh my god.
时机已至，
鼓起勇气，赶紧走！
I think that looks like a morale break. Go on. Go on. It's just you lot. Break, you fuckers.
射手准备，
Forget the tower. Just shoot them.
快点！
There we go. Oh, I love how everybody's suddenly criticising. Oh, if only we'd have taken care of the cavalry. We won! Shut your faces! End battle.
兵起连年，烽烟不息。若不速速了结战事，必致百姓疲弊，仓廪空虚。
这就是轻视
主公
我等的代
必
价
迅。速出兵，尽早制敌。
Thanks, Real. Well, we actually killed the strategist. And we captured Yuerjin. He wouldn't join us though. "41 years old, level 4. The hidden axes did their job. They pulled enemy units to that gate. It was a bold sacrifice. Chugong saying ransom him. I don't think Zhongjiang personally has any reason to want to kill him. He's just an officer doing his job and they're not enemies, so... Lu Zhong has become a murder hobo. Just kill him, he's powerful! Oh, and Song Chen agrees. Yeah, he is powerful, but when we beat Gongsun Zan, we might be able to recruit him. Chu Gong says money. Oh dear, Yin Li is also saying kill him now and we don't have to face him later. Well, I think I'm going to make an executive decision on this one. It's Zhongjiang's army and Zhongjiang wants him released, so...
我用不上它。
And you guys have your own armies, you can kill and ransom your captives at your own pleasure. Right, what are we doing with this town? We can either occupy, we can loot and occupy, or we can sack and withdraw. There's a difference between tactical execution and murder hobo. There is, but still. What are we doing with the town? Ryan thinks we loot and occupy. I think there's a case to be made for loot and occupy because we get a lot of money and we also take the ground away from Gongsun Zan. But there's possibly, yeah, oh, there's a case for sack and withdraw too. Lu Zhong and Song Qian both advocating sack and withdraw, and they're both in the army. And I'm kind of 50-50 on the two, so we're gonna go with the officers in the army.
我全都要。我的事迹四海传扬。
Song Qian has leveled up as a result of that battle. Twice? No, one of them's telling me that he's not happy. Which is fine. We shall promote him to finance advisor. That sounds like a demotion to me, but still. And we shall reward Song Qian's bravery with single-minded determination separates the exceptional from the rest. We will give him a Jade Rooster. And then, David, you have a skill choice. So Song Chen is a 33-year-old lookout background sentinel, level 3. Deceitful, incompetent, direct, and intimidating. And you have 3 options. Bravery, intensity, or understanding. Jade cock for a giant purple cock. Oh dear. What is understanding? I mean, if you don't get it, you probably don't have it. Understanding is +8 expertise. It unlocks an assignment for you personally that is industrial exploitation. I don't know what it does. It grants +1 starting rank for all recruits faction-wide if you are the Prime Minister, heir or faction leader. What you do not wish upon yourself, extend not to others. I'll look at the other two for you as well. Intensity is +8 instinct. Enables mighty knockback, which causes extra damage when knocking back enemies. And grants +25 charge speed to your personal retinue. And bravery is another +8 expertise. Enables charge negate for your retinue, which negates the charge bonus of any attackers. And enables immune to fear and terror for your own retinue, so they basically don't get scared of enemies that give scare and terror. Could I check Zhong Zhang's traits after this? Sure. Bravery. I think that's quite fitting after that last battle as well, choosing to charge in and get stabbing. Zhong Zhang's traits: clever, determined, stubborn, greedy and one-eyed. Okay, that's that. Song Jin-ting was killed in battle against us. We gained another ancillary. Okie doke. That looks like... Oh, we've got money now that we can invest. So we can upgrade Taiyuan Town. No, we've only got one assignment. What we could do, given that we've got 5,200, is potentially look at recruiting another officer. Now, I know some of you are going to go, we're not making that much money, we haven't got a lot. But we've also only got 6 officers. We could do with getting some more, or at least browsing the list. So I'm going to browse the list. There's 43-year-old Jin Xuan, who is a level 2 commander, whose traits are fraternal, deceitful and ascetic, although he was fighting for Gongsun Zan until very recently, which means he's highly likely a spy, so maybe we don't take him. We have Cai Zhong, who is a level 1 39-year-old champion, who is indecisive, handsome and stern. Check Zhu Jun, because he's legendary. And he is actually proper legendary. He's a 28-year-old level 4 Vanguard, who is feared, greedy and arrogant. And then the other two that we're missing is 38-year-old level 4 champion Li Yu, who is cautious, distinguished and weak. And 55-year-old level 4 commander Feng Zhuo, who is distinguished, stubborn and unobservant. Sounds perfect, and we need a vanguard. Zhu Jun. Feared, greedy and arrogant. 28 years old, level 4, already legendary. Do we reckon that we recruit Zhu Jun, guys? Looks like Lu Zheng's on board with it. Yin Li's on board with it. We don't have commanders or vanguards yet. All we've got is strategists, champions and sentinels. You don't need every single type. It's not like, you know, you don't need them, but it's nice to have a balance so you've got options. I think we're going to recruit Jujun. I'm not seeing any objections. So there we go. Jujun has joined the faction. He would spy for us. Wow. Oh yeah, because he's level 4, so he desires a higher court position. He's got a hatred against Yuan Shao. Okay, hold on. He really desires a higher court position because of his level. So we might need to invest in promoting him a bit. Alright. There we go. We only needed to promote him once. That'll keep him sweet for a little bit. So we've promoted him to a court officer. So I'll just do the pitch again, guys. Those of you that are not already sponsoring an officer, this is a roleplay campaign. And as you've probably figured out, we have people that are putting their opinions in and sort of guiding certain officers. That's what we're calling sponsor an officer. And you can sponsor any officer you want that's not already sponsored and is not the child of another sponsored officer. That's probably why he stayed. Yeah, it probably is, Sarah. Why he only stayed for a year. So, at the minute, the only 2 available officers are Shun Yu and Ju Jun, or Ju Jun. How does he harmonise with folks? It's going to be kind of hard to figure that out without doing the lengthy comparing his traits to everybody else, which I'm not going to do. He loads arrogance, because he is arrogant. So basically arrogant people don't get on with other arrogant people. That's interesting. Supports intimidation and admires power. Indulges greed, disregards charity. But I'm not gonna, like... He does share greedy with Zhong Zhang, so he'll probably harmonise with her quite a lot. We could actually, for an extra 100 income... Would it even be 100? No, it'd be an extra 140 income. We could upgrade Yanmen's state workshops to communal workshops. Which I think is a good idea. It will mean we only have like 900 copper left, but you have to invest to get more, so hey ho. Right, that's going to be the autumn of 199. Liu Bei wants to sign a non-aggression pact if we give him our expert's leather. Council, weigh in. I'm leaning towards rejecting him because it's giving him something for essentially nothing, but he will prove to be a powerful faction at some point. He always does. Lu Zheng's saying no thanks. Bye bye, Little Bay, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Okay, well. My sister doesn't like you, Liu Bei, so... Oh, there's Gongsun Zan. He's trying to go round. Zhong Zhang has gained the fiery trait, like that was really necessary. Gained a Wood Nox ancillary. Alright. So, Gongsun Zan has come forth. Well, we can now check how powerful Zhao Yun is. He does 2.3k AP damage, 579 base. He attacks 40 times a minute. He's got 55% armor. He's a bit of a pain, basically. Song Chen saying we need to rebuild and replenish the army. Lu Jung is saying take the town. I assume she means Zhongshan.
记住我的大名。
We can't really get to Zhongshan Livestock Farm anyway, so taking the town might be a smart plan. Although it's not going to have a garrison because it's a small town.
取我所需。
I reckon it is the smart plan. Take and fortify the town, Doomsday says.
消
Yeah,
灭他
I'm
们。
going to grab this. We're not going to reduce the settlement size purely because if we want help from a garrison, we're going to have to raise the size. The captured scholar. One of the assets seized from the enemy appears to be a scholar. They can read, write, and have the unenviable ability to relentlessly assault your guards' ears with long, tedious odes to leaves. They are brought shortly before meeting with an unfortunate accident, now, no doubt. And we can either release them, make them write, ransom them, or hire them. I have never seen this event before. So releasing them gives us, gives Zhongzhang experience. Making them write gives us 10 turns of fame, which lowers enemy morale in local commanderies. We can ransom them for 200 copper, or we can hire them and they become an officer in the faction. What do we think, Council? Chugong thinks we ransom them. Song Chen thinks we ransom them. I think 200 copper's a trivial amount. Lu Jung thinks we hire them. Yin Li thinks we ransom them. 200 copper's really not a lot, especially not weighed up against the other three. You know what? It's over a third of the amount we produce a turn. That is true. Ooh. You don't need copper to replenish your units, David. You only need copper to recruit your units and pay their upkeep. They will replenish based off of food and population, so you don't need money for that. I want to get out this damn field. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with... Yeah, we did. We filled the last spot in the army. I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna side with Lu Jung. I think we're gonna hire them. You looked around at your bandits and decided intellectual insight was sorely lacking, and so hired the scholar then and there. Shouldn't it be there and then? Who was the scholar? It was a woman called Shu Rao. She's 20 years old. She's incompetent, disloyal, and arrogant. She's a lovely person. Good lord, could you possibly have 3 worse starting traits? No, that 100 was her wage, Ryan. We pay her that every season. We didn't pay it up front. Alright, well. let's just reorder this by satisfaction, because Chugong and Jujun are still not particularly happy. I don't think there's much we can do. Gongsun Zan's going to take Zhongshan. Really? The garrison there's that big? Oh, I bet there's no... It's a farm though, isn't it? Yeah, so it's an open field battle. When we would never, ever, ever win that in a million years. So I'm just going to delegate it and let them have it. Future waifu. Oh, I think Gongsun Zan just leveled up.
战况焦灼，也许
Uh,
停战才会更好。
war has gone badly. Wow, Dongzhuo, man, is literally offering peace and he will pay us 1300 copper for it. And there's no stipulations attached. It was a field battle, guys. We'd have got completely annihilated. If it was a town battle, I'd have fought it to do the damage, because we'd have had towers and we'd have been able to filter them into the streets. In a field battle with as many units as they've got, and Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun, we'd have just got smashed to shit. It's not worth the time. We'll take your money, sure, and then we'll stab you in the back later. Yes, he's a fat cruel bastard, but money. Take it from him. Yeah, you're going to lose either way, but you might have still fucked him up. Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like the battle probably did more damage than I would have done, in all honesty. We had no officers supporting us. They had two really powerful unit damaging officers. Nah, it wouldn't have gone well. Take the money and chop his numbers later. Okay, I think we're accepting peace with Dongzhuo.
行了，说完了。
Yeah, we've lost the livestock farm. The death of Sun Ce. Sun Ce, the lord of the Sun family, is ambushed by enemy troops while out hunting. He is shot through the cheek and dies of his wounds shortly afterwards. As was largely the case in history. Okay. What is this button telling me? That Jujun's particularly unhappy. He is going to be really, really hard to keep happy. Especially when his lack of purpose starts to build up as well, which it will. Check how much damage he's taken. Might be worth attacking him with the main force.
不行，
I mean, arguably not more than we've taken. Zhongjiang's still only half health, and she's going to be one of our strongest assets against him. Send him on an assignment. Well, I would do that, but we only have one assignment in the faction, and it's Chu Gong's. Don't you love Jujun already? He might turn out to be a really strong asset, but right now he's just a liability. Right. Can actually afford... we're not upgrading either of those. We could spend 1500 copper to put a garrison in Zhongshan town that we're in right now. Right now, the only garrison is the troops. Small towns don't have garrisons. Could go for An Ping, though then he'll take the town back. Yeah, he would. And plus Yuan Shao's borders down there, so it's not like taking on Ping would mean the south was safe. Oh, to take... Okay, sack it. Yeah, okay. But he would take the town back. I personally think it would be worth upgrading Zhongshan to a town to give it 4 extra units on the defense. I'm also not sure whether a small town even has towers. It may not, it may do, but 4 extra units could be could take Dai, it's closest to Yanmen. We could take Dai, but marching up there is going to mean that he takes Zhongshan again. Let me check Zhongzhang's traits. Clever, determined, stubborn, fiery, greedy, one-eyed. If we can smash that army before he can replenish too much, we could turn the war. Well, we're not going to smash his army before it replenishes. Like... Some of his units are going to take quite a while to replenish. I think Zhongzhang's our biggest. She's going to take almost the same amount of time. And we're going to need her to do damage to Gongsunzan and Zhao Yun. They are seriously not to be underestimated. If you've never played the game before, if you've never seen them before, Zhao Yun especially, but also Gongsunzan, they're not pushovers. Move a bit closer, take a turn to replenish and then attack. Yeah. Depends how the battle goes though, Ryan. He's got 2 units of cav and 2 horse-mounted badasses. If he gets them anything around the back, our archers are going to be in disarray. What do we think, guys? I'm personally thinking that like pushing south or north is not really an option, because essentially all that's going to do is surrender the town to him as well. Plus we don't know if he's got an army coming in the north, because don't forget most of his land is actually over here. Taking on Ping just means that we bring Yuan Shao into the fight. I think Zhongzhang personally, believes that we either stay in the town and wait for him, or we advance slightly, take a turn of replenishment like Ryan says, and then attack him. Although to be fair, we can't really attack him, Ryan, because of the garrison at the livestock farm is like 2 extra retinues, so he's almost got 2 whole armies in there. An ambush stance could be a good idea. Yeah, Sarah's got a point. The garrison... Yeah, the garrison needs to replenish, but it's going to take them... Well, some of them are quite a while, but still. Well, that's... Yeah, if he moves off. But he's more likely, I would think, to come to us than anywhere else. Lu Zhong thinks we need to move. Where to, though, Lu Zhong? David, thank you so much for the host. Why you chill in ambush? I mean, you guys seem dead set on fighting Gongsun Zan straight up. And I don't honestly think that I can justify
后道
Zhong
总比
Zhang
庙
saying
堂之上
no,
滚滚
so
诸公干净得多。设伏于此，
there we go, we're in ambush. Right, we also need to pick another reform. We could get another trade agreement. No one ignored you, Doomsday. You said ambush, they said ambush, we got to an ambush. How were you ignored? I have a very big issue with relying too heavily on trade agreements, because the minute like an alliance turns on you, you could end up losing all of them. Or if you lose your trade port, you know, you could lose all of them, and it, you know, then you end up with barely any money. Hey, David. Is there any reformer available that gives more industry income? I don't believe so. I mean, that one, Despotic Enterprises, which is one away, gives 10% income from industry, but we'd need to take the 10% income from commerce one first, which isn't going to help us this year. Why are certain branches just flat locked for me? Because you have to build a certain building to unlock the branch, to unlock the first tech, basically. So with the provincial iron forges, you need to have a farm labourer camp somewhere. How are we doing on income right now? Not particularly well. We're making 200 copper a turn. Isn't there one that gives satisfaction for vanguards? Not one that it was there. That's 2 away as well. We'd need to get this, which available armies and seasonal retinue deployments don't really help us this year. So I'm kind of feeling like we need to take a tech just for the sake of it, to advance towards a tech that's going to be more useful. How much of our income is from diplomacy? 160. Although if you include trade agreements in that, 670, no, 739. Commerce this turn, industry next spring. Definitely money is priority. Yeah, I'm feeling that too. So I think we grab economic stability, even though it's useless, so that we can get the next one. So economic stability. Unlike lands, money can be exchanged for goods and services. Right. Away we go.
此战毫无意义，该收手了。
Gongsun Zan will make peace if we give him a tunic of divination. His strength's dropped significantly since we won that fight. Lol no. Lu Jung says lol no. What does the rest of the council say? Fuck him, keep kicking him in the head. Hell no! To the no, 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 hell to the no. Okay, I'm getting a consensus that we may be refusing this. And here he comes, no doubt. No, look at that. But he's in forced march and we've ambushed him. Now. Oh, they are going to be such a hard fight. Okay, Sarah's saying delegate for the love of God. Ryan's saying delegate this one would be acceptable. David seems to be on board. I'd personally prefer to delegate this. Not gonna lie. Because Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun are no joke. It would arguably be the point where the war starts to snowball for us. I'm going to go ahead and delegate because it seems that most people have either said that or not said fight, so delegate the shit out of it. That's not how axes work, but sure. Song Chen lost a duel to Zhao Yun. Zhong Zhang won a duel against Gongsun Zan in the auto-resolve. And we captured Guan Jing, who is apparently rivals with Song Chen. He's oath sworn with Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun. He is a 37-year-old strategist, level 4, administrator of Yobei Ping, honourable, fiery, charitable and scarred. He would not join us. Doomsday's saying kill. Lu Zhong's saying release depending on how Song Chen feels. Chu Gong saying release for more monies. Too close to the enemy. Execute. That's such a Song Chen thing to say. Lu Zhong sides with Song Chen. Did you just change? So both of my subordinates in the army are actually saying execute him. Jesus. Well, off with his head, I guess. What do we want to do with the 188 captured troops? To be perfectly honest, given that we've won, like Gongsun Zan's army is basically gone, I would take the ransom because that's a lot of money and 6% replenishment isn't that big of a deal given there's no active threat. Lu Zhong's saying ransom, Chu Gong is saying replenish. Song Chen is saying ransom. I think ransom too. We're gonna ransom. That's fine, it's a small army. The Duan Wu Festival. The Duan Wu Festival is a momentous day. Drinks are poured freely and the smell of food fills the air. As you celebrate the honor of Chu Yuan, the teams pull their dragon boats through the river with much clamour and cheering from the banks. By a truly breathtakingly slim margin, your team rose to victory. Glory is yours. Public order for 5 turns. Nice. Don't know who the hell that is. Good. Gongsun-zan and Zhongzhang are rivals. So is Zhao Yun and Zhongzhang, which is because we executed what's-his-face. Gongsun Shu as well is rivals with Zhongzhang. Guan Jing and Song Chen became rivals, and then we chopped his head off. We need to try and make him a tributary. Gongsun-zan? Okay. I agree. But we, I think we attack we take the livestock farm back and arguably even on Ping. And maybe die? And then make him a tributary up there? So I think we push. So we're gonna push. Low casualties, just for extra enemy morale, meaning hopefully fewer. We're gonna do that and delegate. We're just gonna occupy. I don't want to damage the settlement. Excellent. Right. Chu Jun is seriously not happy. If we don't do something about his lack of happiness soon, he's gonna leave. Sack then take. That was 2k mons! No, because sacking it does damage. It lowers the settlement. That's why I didn't loot it. We don't want to lower the settlement. It's not always about the muns. Jesus. Guys, council, we need to do something about Jujun, because he's going to leave if we don't. Now, we could promote him to a chief officer, but it costs us 1600 copper to do. I personally think we should, because he's a level 4. He's clearly quite skilled. Done an assignment! Chugong's still on one! Sacking lands where reclaiming sounds counterproductive. Thank you, Chugong! Do you want to come out of your field? It's no different than if we'd hired a level 1 and given them assignments or something and they leveled to level 4, you'd still need to promote them. This guy's 28 years old and already level 4 and a legendary character. He was worth it. I think we promote him. There we go, that's appeased him for a little bit more. Right, buildings. Taiyuan has leveled up. We can upgrade the iron mine from open iron veins to iron pits for 2k, which gives us a significant garrison increase and a significant money boost, so that's a no-brainer. We probably don't want to throw the rest of this away. Probably not. So that's going to be the end of that turn. Can we build anything to start making commerce income? Not yet. Yuan Shao will sign peace with us if we give him 1100 copper up front and 28 per turn for the next 2 years, and a Jade Sculptor, a Jade Monkey, Defender's Leather and Expert's Leather. I'm guessing everyone's gonna say no. Yeah, figured. Yeah. Alright. Hey, Lucia.
真是无力。准备开战吧！
Ma Tung has declared war on us, but that's not a super big problem because he's quite far to the west. We've lost Zhongshan town. Okay.
立刻群敌。
Alright, we're going to wait here on the edge of the commandery so we get an extra turn of replenishment, and then we're taking that back. Hey, Doomsday. Jujun is still not happy. Unfortunately. I don't think that we can really do anything about it. We're just going to have to see what happens. That turn is rather easy. Oh, Gongsun Zan's army in Zhongshan just got a lot bigger. Han Sui wants to arrange a marriage between Han Chong and Zhongjiang. Fuck you, buddy. I don't want to marry your shitty son.
不知好歹。
Sparring partners. When taking a walk one afternoon, you come across two comrades sparring in a courtyard. You watch their fight with great interest. It is as a dance. They move and flow around each other with strength and grace. You leave the encounter feeling truly energized. The relationship deepens between Lu Zhong and Song Qian. We've gained an Iron Snake ancillary. Right, what's going on here? They're still pretty darn weak. Should be a delegatable. Oh shit, where did he come from? Night battle, bitch. Honestly, I do not think that one's worth fighting. Low casualties anyway. There'll be towers that'll require extra attention. Delegate is coming through quite strong. Again. Oh, okay, that is kind of how Axis works.
失手尽弃于此，以儆效尤。
Woo! We've captured Guandu and Wang Lei. Guandu would not join us. He is the administrator of Zhongshan. He's 37. He's cowardly, trusting, stalwart, and maimed. Quick, take my good hand. Release both? I mean, you say you would release both. Oh, neither of them would join us anyway. Yeah, sure. Release both. Ryan saying money, Sarah saying release.
俘虏也要吃饭，都放了吧。
And I'm gonna guess you're all gonna say replenishment. Replenishment is coming through.
绝不留情。
Oh, was she
我
not
的
in
威
the
名
army?
如
Lu
今海内
Zhong
皆
and
知
Song Chen have become oath-sworn.
天灭奸伪。
We're not sacking this because it will get fucking smaller. It will be deserted. Oh look, Zhao Yun and Yu Jin. Okie do. Okay, no, we got one more turn and then we can send somebody on an assignment. Chugong's on his way back to court. I'm not saving in the autumn, mate. I usually save at spring. Can't just execute everyone and be like, oh, I told you, look, he's came back and fought us again now. Like, yes, of course he has. He's got a lord. You lot do the same if you get released. Savages, honestly. Okay, Zhao Yun doesn't fancy fighting us, and he's apparently gone into ambush. I know, I thought it was only one spring that I'd missed, but I definitely missed one. Ooh. Okay, Jujun is still looking like he's gonna leave. At this point, I'm not sure, like, short of promoting him even higher, like, there's not much we can do. He's starting to get lack of purpose, which, admittedly, we could send him on an assignment and try and get rid of that. Do we want to send him on an assignment? Sack him. Just take his horse and kick him out. What? His horse is just regular. We don't need to take it. And I'm pretty sure that's regular too. I'm pretty sure if we send him on an assignment, he will stop having too many issues. Because right now, his lack of purpose is going up by -2 a turn, and it will max out at 20. If we put him on an assignment, so he's doing something, it will go down by -2 a turn. So we'll get 12 back. He'll be back up at 22. He needs to make up for the amount of money we spent on him. Yeah. Well, let's put him to work then. What can he do? He can oversee mustering, or he can conduct bandit patrols. I mean, he's supposed to be a badass, right? We could just tell him to conduct bandit patrols. We could even have him conduct bandit patrols in Zhongshan, where it might actually have a practical effect. Less supplies for enemy armies in this commandery. God, what a fucker. And Zhongzhang has leveled up. Clever, determined, stubborn, fiery, greedy and one-eyed. She's got vengeance, tenacity of steel and trust. I feel like it's between tenacity of steel and vengeance. The longer this warrior fights, the stronger they become. Never forget, never forgive. I mean, she's like determined, stubborn, fiery and one-eyed. That's pretty fucking tenacious, if you ask me. So I'm gonna go with that. Right. We may as well spend the winter doing a bit more replenishment. We know Zhao Yun's out here, but the minute we try and move, he'll probably spring an ambush, so we just don't move. Alrighty. We are coming up towards the 3-hour mark, guys, so I don't know when we'll be finishing, but it will be soon. Oh, he's on the move. Song Chen has gained the philanthropic trait. This person has few belongings and refuses luxuries to be free of material concerns and focus on the needs of others. You're an interesting character, Song Chen. Deceitful, incompetent, direct, intimidating, and philanthropic. Wow, he's really not happy.
这样行不通。
斩尽杀绝，
Oh, that would fuck him right up.
绝不留情。
Hiya. Did you forget we existed? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, because then our reinforcements can't come. I think this one's another delegate, guys. I know we said we were going to fight more battles, but given that the stream's almost finished anyway, and this is a 2 retinue fight against 5 retinues, and theirs isn't even full. Plus it's Zhao Yun and Yue Jin, so they will be a pain in the arse. Yeah, everybody's shouting delegate at me. Delegate.
失手尽弃于此，
There was 2
以己
duels.
效尤。
Zhao Yun lost to Song Chen, and Yue Jin lost to Zhong Zhang. Song Chen apparently beat Zhao Yun in a duel. How is fucking beyond me, but he did. Okay. Oh, we captured Zhao Yun. Oh no. So he's a 32-year-old level 5 sentinel. He's a legendary character. He's brave, kind, honourable and scarred. He's oath sworn with Gongsun Zan, Guan Jing, friends with Liu Bei and Gongsun Shu, rivals with Zhong Zhang and Song Chen. Oh dear. I suppose it has to be, doesn't it? So sorry, Zhao Yun.
杀了他们，以儆效尤。
Zhao Yun's day. It's not the 200, it was Zhao Yun! Alright, what are we doing with the army? 184 prisoners. I think you're all going to say replenish, aren't you? Replenish, yeah.
力求上进，枯木重荣，万物复苏。
Lu Zhong has gained a rank. Congratulations, Lu Zhong. Our 35-year-old rogue background level 5 legendary strategist. Competitive, committed and resourceful. And honey, you have 4 options. You have patience, stifling deluge, perception and intuition. Okay, you got patience, plus 8 resolve, plus 25% chance of capturing enemy officers after the battle, increases rate of wall and settlement damage during sieges if you're the general. Stifling Deluge gives you a passive debuff which grants, or rather gives the enemy an extra 5 seconds cooldown on their abilities. Perception, wait a minute, that also gives you plus 4 cunning and plus 4 instinct. Perception is plus 8 authority, enables ignore forest penalties for your retinue and 25% chance of avoiding ambush for your own army. You don't have to be in command. And intuition is plus 8 expertise, plus 25% chance of evading capture post battle, and plus 15% income from industry if you're an administrator in a in the commandery you're administrating. Intuition. Understanding cannot be taught, only felt instinctively. Excellent. Song Chen and Zhao Yun have become rivals. Typically anybody who becomes rivals with Song Chen rapidly finds their head departing. We've gained what is actually Zhao Yun's heirloom spear as well. Now I'm pretty sure that Song Chen cannot use spears. No, he can't. Nor can Lu Zhong. And Zhong Jiang has her red sisters anyway. So I think, as a gift for his service, that Zhong Jiang is going to send Zhao Yun's spear to Chu Gong. Yeah, you can be an administrator and in an army. If you're an administrator that's not in an army, your personal retinue gets added to the garrison of the town you're administrating. I can really stab the fuck out of this rice now. There you go, you're going to get sent that. And actually, I quite like that you're chief provisioner, because that's basically what you do. But I think we're going to promote Chu Gong to registrar as well. You'd like to be an administrator? I don't actually believe we can appoint one yet. No, we can't. But when we get one, you would certainly be a strong candidate. Also, Lu Zhong is lower ranked than bloody Zhu Jun. I mean, yeah, by this rank, but this is really not your rank. It's a title rank, it even says it. But if you would like, we can blow 800 copper on promoting you to a records secretary. I'm perfectly willing to do that for my darling sister. She has served us loyally. No? Okay, no record secretary then. Tai Yuan. We can upgrade Tai Yuan iron mine to, well, the iron pits to an actual iron mine, which adds another 4 units to the garrison and boosts the income again. Which I'm going to do. I think that's a good idea. We cannot push Yue Jin. Oh right, yeah, he'll get replaced next turn. Right, we need to pick a reform, but I think we already know what it's going to be, because it's going to be despotic enterprises for the 10% income from industry. If one is to thrive, only the vast power of the regime can make it so. Excellent. Right. At present, we have pretty much beaten Gongsun Zan to a pulp. In fact, like a pretty drastic pulp, to be perfectly honest. So much of a pulp that I'm wondering how much peace is worth to him. I would like that one. And maybe that? Okay, fair. That's worth a lot. Is that going to mean... Where's the tributary thing? Why can't we make him a tributary? Oh, okay. Oh, right. So if we're going to make him a tributary, we basically can't demand anything else as part of it. He would do it at this point, but I don't want to leave him with An Ping. I think we should grab An Ping first. I think we should get An Ping before we make him a tributary. Yes, no? On ping? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Ryan, I agree. Save. Yeah, I think we are gonna save it here, guys. Because we're starting to get to the point where people are dropping off. The viewers, I can see them going. Save to cloud. Excellent. Alright, so the position that we're in is pretty strong. No, I know that most of you are here, but we had up to 10 at one point. We had a lot of lurkers, and they've all disappeared now. But, yeah, we've... arguably, the position geographically hasn't changed very much. We're still more or less in the same place we were before. But now Gongsun Zan is beaten to a pulp. We can grab on Ping and then turn him into a tributary. We could possibly even grab Dai before we do, because I'm sure his territory goes all the way up there. And then we'll probably be looking at a war with Yuan Shao down here, along the north bank of the Yellow River. So, I apologise, Ryan, that we didn't actually get round to Second Army time. I do think we'll get there on day 3, because once we start rolling Gongsun Zan over, we're gonna definitely be getting there. We are. Guys, I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in, even the lurkers, anybody who's been active in the chat, and especially those of you who are the sponsored officers. It really is, like, this is what I always wanted for 3K. I always wanted to play it this way, with the stream, with the viewers, with you guys giving input on officers. And I know that career options have not been too broad at first. That's just the way it goes. When you're first building up, you only really have one army. It's led by your faction leader typically. You don't have council positions and all of that stuff, or administrator positions. You only have one assignment to give out. But we are on the verge, I think. Yeah, when we rank up, we'll unlock our first administrator slot, 2 more assignment slots, so we'll have 3 at a time. Some spy positions, even though I don't technically recommend anybody sponsors a character and then asks them to be used as a spy, because you basically won't get to use them. But yeah, we are definitely on the verge of much more interesting campaign. Unfortunately, it just takes a little bit of time to establish. So I do thank you guys dearly for tuning in and coming and hanging out with me. I'm really looking forward to this. In future, I think I'm going to be moving 3 Kingdoms to a two slot week, Wednesday and Thursday, but it will not be that next week, because Planet Zoo Beta comes out on Tuesday, so I will be streaming Planet Zoo on Wednesday and 3 Kingdoms on Thursday as normal at the same time. But, you know, possibly the week after that, or whenever Planet Zoo's Beta's gone, it will be 2 days a week for 3 Kingdoms. Just checking whether there's anywhere that I can raid. There's not particularly. You may not be able to watch on Thursdays in future, Ryan. To be honest, mate, if it's the kind of thing where, you know, it's only Thursdays that you can't watch, but you can watch Wednesdays, I would rather, because I don't think I'm going to have a lot of sponsors. I can't imagine it's really going to be more than half a dozen people, and I'd rather accommodate those people. So, like we waited for David today, because I knew he was just about to get home. If you can do Mondays and Wednesdays, but you can't do Thursdays, we'll move 3 Kingdoms to Mondays and Wednesdays. You know, like, we'll try and work it around you as best as we can. If it's just not viable, then it's just not viable. But I'm not going to leave the stream on a day where you can't attend when you can come to the other days. So it's going to be Monday and Tuesday afternoon, Thursday and Sunday nights. When does the afternoon shift end? 6 p.m, so they're not a bother. Okay, so if your shifts change, Ryan, we'll probably move Three Kingdoms to Mondays and Wednesdays, just so that you aren't left behind and that you can continue to be a sponsor, because it's important to me that the sponsors get to participate. Like, they've literally given me 2 times 4-hour shifts. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, it's better than not working at all, I guess. So, yeah, I do apologise to those of you whose characters may not have been as involved. Ryan and Rill, who's picked up Yin Li, and Lucia and Doomsday. If you guys were looking at any point to try and grab an officer, I'm sorry that the battles were pretty long and we didn't get round to it. You can feel free to do it next time and jump in. So yeah, I'm not going to do a raid, guys. I'm just going to say that I've had a shitload of fun and I'm really looking forward to playing again next week. I do think that we're on the verge of opening things up and people will be able to move into civil officer positions or assignment positions or become a general of a second army or something like that. There'll be lots more options for sponsored officers next week, I hope. And if not, definitely by day 4. It's just taken us a long time. It is a very hard campaign, so it's supposed to be rough at the start, and rough basically means you have to do the best with what you've got until you sort of gain a bit of traction. Mate, I love this game. I play this game so much, and I play it exactly like this in single player. It makes it more interesting when you've got players that are playing a character that, you know, don't necessarily just coalesce or acquiesce to whatever you want to do. So for me, this is amazing. This is how I always wanted to play 3K when it was due to come out. So I'm definitely going this time. I'm just going to say thank you guys so much. We can continue talking in the campaign chat in the Discord. !Discord if you're watching this after the fact. If you're watching it on YouTube, come to my Twitch. It is twitch.tv/WarDogUnleashed. And !Discord in the chat will get you an invite to my Discord. Thank you guys so much for the time being. It's going to be War Dog out.